Welcome into the Toby Foreman Show, week number 9. Week 9, and you're still here.
Week 9, game 10.
Game 10.
Yeah.
How about that? Got that? You've got your week off next week, so you got something to look forward to.
We are ready for our week off. I've said this last week, and I'll say it again. At about 10:15, hopefully sooner, on Friday night, we're going to be on a bye, and we're going to take a bye. We are ready. The kids need it. The coaches need it.
Been a long year.
Yeah. If we had a trainer, that they would need it.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting year. Probably the most interesting in the 24 years I've coached. But we've arrived at this point, and if we take care of our business, against the Knights, then we'll be in the postseason. And if not, we got to just wait and see.
Yep, got to wait and see. But let's go back to last week. Of course, great game over at Leo Buckley Stadium, and you came out on the top side of that one.
Yeah, Cove, Coach Johnson, they've had kind of an up and down year, and but they were kind of full throttle, and they really started off kind of with a bang, and then that first drive stalled, and then we scored on pretty much every possession that didn't get stopped by the clock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we didn't punt. We didn't turn the ball over. We did only score 30 points, but, I was purposely trying to shorten that game to get out of there with minimal injuries, and I felt like we did that, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, there was some big plays, too. Some big plays that got some yardage, and the quarterbacks looked good.
Yeah.
Running backs all looked good. The defense, of course, everybody seemed to play the game like they were supposed to. And it's always fun to beat those guys, especially at your place.
Yeah, I think we held them to a season low. I'm not certain on that, but 12 points, I think they've scored more than that in every contest. So kudos to Coach Locks and the defense. They've really been coming on the last 3 weeks, especially the last 2 weeks. I mean, Brian scored with 20-something seconds left in the game because that score was more lopsided than it looked. And so, but going down to Brian and then winning against Cove, those are two, 6A schools that are always 6A schools, and those are two huge wins for our program because there was times where our program wasn't touching them two, and now that's 4 in a row against Cove, and that's a good thing dating back to, I think, 2019 or 18, and that's a big deal around here. People don't understand now because how Cove is struggling, how big of a deal that is for Shoemaker to win 4 in a row, and that's only 5th ever against Copperas Cove.
Yeah, because you're closer to them than you are the clean schools, really, as the crow flies.
Yeah, I joke it's closer to play in their stadium than it's our stadium.
Yeah.
Either one of our stadiums. So, but, it's a good rivalry. We share the base, and some of our kids that go to Audie Murphy also end up at Cove. Yeah. I know, Big Mike and his brother that played the other night. Those are two big-time guys that went to Audie Murphy, and now they've gone to Cove. So, give us bragging rights for 365, and the kids will like that. But it was a good game, and I know we enjoyed it. And like I said, it's when you get an opportunity to win a game like that against a Copperas Cove team, it says a lot about where the program is.
Middle school championships out here at Shoemaker on Tuesday night. You had a big crowd, lots of good football.
We did.
That's always great too.
The concession stand stole it out, and kudos to both Smith 7th and 8th grade. They both played for the city championship. The 7th grade won in 3 overtimes, 11-9, little baseball score, and then the Smith's 8th grade, they end up losing to a very, very good Patterson team. And so, but I'm proud of all my middle schools, but big shout out to those guys because the coaching staff over there, Coach Thomason, Coach Baines, Coach Cordova, all those guys do an outstanding job.
Well, you have the Harker Heights Knights up for you tonight, and you're the home team at Leo Buckley Stadium tonight, right? You're the visitors?
Yeah, we're the visitors. Yeah, we're going to be the visitors, and but here's the deal: it's we're in a stadium that we're familiar with. We don't have to travel out of town. It'll be a great atmosphere for the entire city of Killeen, and it's something that that we look forward to. And we have looked forward to, and I know they have for the last 4 years, because we have not played them since 2021 or 2022. But it's been a full realignment. So to get this game back on, both these schools open up the exact same year, And it's just a big deal. They're the defending district champions, co-district champions in this district, and so if we want to be where they're at, we got to knock them off. And Coach Humble and his guys will be prepared, and they've done a great job all season, and they had an extra week to prepare for it. So he runs gadgets and stuff. I'm sure they'll have all kind of trickery in and whatnot, but we just got to make sure that we're on point and disciplined and doing our job, and we'll have a chance to win this game, if we're hanging around there in the fourth quarter.
My apologies. I read the district schedule wrong that I had, or the copy I have is wrong, one of the two. But it doesn't matter because you use that visitor's locker room on that far side.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, that's your locker room.
Exactly.
And it has been since you got here. So you're going to be down in a familiar place anyway.
Yeah, we like that locker room, and not a lot of people use it, but I like it because it's bigger and there's two sides. You don't feel like you're cramped in there, but I don't care what locker room it is. We get out there on the field, and those field is 100 by 52. And so it'll be settled right there. And like I said, after this, we get a bye, and then they go on. I think they got Temple after us, but I'm not worried about that. We'll be resting, and we'll have a chance to go scout, and we take care of our business, and make the postseason, and so we're really looking forward to this contest.
You really got a pretty good shot, even if you don't get this one. Making the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it, but it would have to be some really, really, really amazing things happen for us not to make the postseason. But at the same time, you can never. In Texas high school football, 6A Texas high school football, nothing's a sure thing. Win the game. That's the only sure thing, and that's what that's what our goal is anyway. And we're not satisfied with 6-3, even though that's where we were last year at this time. That's what's amazing is of all the things we've been through this year, there's been a lot of adversity. We have the exact same records we did last year when we were 5A Division I. And I told people in the spring, that district was super tough with Midlothian, Red Oak, Lake Belton, all those guys. And now we rolled right into this district where you got your Midways, your Bryans, your Temples, Harker Heights. It's just a really, really, football in the Syntax is tough. And then you go up in the DFW and it's even tougher. And so we feel like that our program now is a program that consistently wins more than they lose. But at the same time, we want to win more, and we got to do better doing the little bitty things and being prepared more coming into the season. And that's something we've kind of hung our hat on in the past. But, we did start off slow, but now we are here. And I think that's a song, and pretty good song. But it's the truth. It probably needs to be on the back of a T-shirt, for this season. Start from the bottom, now we're here. Because, man, we were sitting there, I think 3-3, and well, people just, we were the worst thing in the world. People, how people are. They talk bad. You're terrible and coach is bad and all that stuff. But the kids didn't listen to that. They didn't listen to the noise, and they've bought into what we were selling. And we really have done an outstanding job of staying focused, being able to put 2-3 game win streaks together this season, leading us to this point. And I am ecstatic to get this game underway as soon as we kick off at 7:30. At Leo Buckley Stadium on Friday.
And you got your roster there in front of you, but we know who the dudes are. You know who the dudes are. We know who our dudes are on the Shoemaker side of the ball. So it's just going to line up and get after it, huh?
Yeah, but let me mention some of these guys because C2 Evans, how do you say his first name?
I'm not going to try.
Is Zarion? That young man's a phenomenal player. Caden Butler, phenomenal player. Both those are the running backs. I think they have the best tandem around here that I've seen this year. And then you got number 4, Tyler Johnson. He's phenomenal. Defending MVP of the district. He's probably done enough this year to be the two-time MVP of the district. He can play. He can run with the ball. He catches the ball. Seems like every time that young man runs a post or a glance, he's wide open. You got the coach's son, Hudson Humble, who's done a phenomenal job. His completion percentage is just unbelievable. I think he's like completing 80% of his balls. He's an accurate thrower. You got Brian Hood on defense. That's Coach Hood. Both Coach Hoods, that's their son. He's an outstanding safety. He'll be back. And then you go on down here. You got number 14, Kyle McMillan. He'll be playing in our game. He'll be back. You got number 18, Christian Nobles. He's a really good player. It's just you can go on and on and on of the list. This is a who's who of phenomenal players they have on this team. And like I said, what we got to do is we just got to make sure that we keep this thing close going in the fourth and give ourselves a chance. You look at the defense side of the ball. I mentioned some defensive guys, but I'm going to talk about the defensive front. Start with number 97, Roy Dale Kennedy. He's a guy, he's a force, almost, demands a double team. Number 5, Elijah Johnson, defensive end. He's a really, really good player. Number 10, Jewett Hill. He's an outside linebacker, strong safety type. He's a really good player. 22's been playing with a cast on his hand like almost a whole year. Cooper Howard, he's a dog. I mean, he just makes a lot of plays. You can tell he's kind of the leader of their defense. I mean, man, they are really loaded from top to bottom, and we've got to do a really good job of taking advantage of the opportunities that they give us and executing. And, we've not had it. I'm knocking on wood. We've not had a turnover in the last 2 games, and I think that's really helped us a lot. No turnovers. That's a big deal. I think we had some turnovers against Killeen High, but that's the last time, and that was almost a month ago. So if we can continue that and then force some turnovers, kind of swing this game, I also think it's going to come down to special teams, and we've been really good on special teams at times. And so, like I said, it's just going to be a great atmosphere. If you're in Killeen and you're any type of sports fan, you need to come out and watch this game, because I don't know who else is playing at the other stadium, but in my opinion, don't matter. This is the game of the week. I don't know if anybody's called it that, but I'm calling it that. It's the game of the year in Killeen. You got 2 people that have beaten the other Killeen schools, and this is kind of for the city right here. We put that on our scouting report this week, and that's what it is, because this is for the city, and it also has implications for playoff rankings and seeds and those type things.
I'm ready.
I'm excited too. I mean, I really am. This is one of them. When we walked off the field at Coppers Cove, I normally don't do this, but I went ahead and graded our film, and then I started watching Harker Heights at like 2:00 in the morning. I mean, I knew we had to really get ahead of ourselves, because they've really had a lot of extra time to prepare, and so the coaching staff was up here. I didn't leave here Sunday until 11:00. I mean, it was after 11. I mean, but we put in the time, we put in the work. Now let's see if we can get paid, and that's something that we're looking forward to this Friday.
All right, put the shoulder pads and get after it, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, want to thank the fans that have been with us through thick and thin this season. Come out and watch this game. Come out and support us as you always do, and as always, go Grey Wolves.